Dayan.
And I'm Alistair, and welcome to
Barangay Abroad! Ang kwento ng mga tawa, luha, saya at hirap ng overseas Filipinos.
So, for today's episode, ito ay pinamagatang
Marites of Friendship.
So, today, pag-uusapan natin, Dayan, yung parang how to make friends
abroad. Correct.
Para paano mo binild yung network mo.
Yes.
Ano yung mga pitfalls, yung mga highs, ganon. Diba?
Yeah. And because Marites of Friendship ang title ng episode natin today, in-invite namin si Mr. Panda.
Si Mr. Panda na siya ang una kong friend sa Netherlands. And actually, my only friend.
Correct.
So, alam niyo na.
Kaya nandito siya ngayon.
Whatever we need to get through. Pero kasi, patapos na yung winter. Actually, tapos na yung winter dito.
Yes,
so,
spring na.
Medyo natutunaw na si Mr. Panda. So, need natin ng new friends.
So baka magulat kayo, sino itong bagong character? This is Alistair's
Or I think di
friend.
naman sila nagulat. Nagulat ba talaga sila na parang, wow!
Actually, hindi nga siya ata nakikita. Natatakpan siya ng laptop.
So, erase natin siya for just 1 second. Hi! Ayun. So, and available siya sa www.barangayabroad.com/merch. Wow!
Wala po kaming merch. Wala pa kaming website.
So,
huwag niyong nanakawin. Hindi pa namin nabibili.
Or not. Okay, so maybe, Dayan, before we deep dive into the topic, no? How does it feel working with a friend sa podcast? So,
actually, hindi ko pa na-try kasi hindi naman tayo friends.
that is true.
Joke lang.
Pero ikaw, ano yung
Hindi,
feeling
joke lang.
mo working with a friend?
So, si Alex Terion, just in case hindi tayo sure. But I think my pros and cons working with a friend. Pro is that lagi kasi kaming magkausap. Usually, pag naglalakad ako from work to bahay, si Alice ay yung kinakausap ko. So, hindi, para lagi kami magkausap, lagi kaming we can talk about anything. So I think the natural chemistry of talking to each other is there. Yun yung benefit of having a podcast with a friend. Kasi kapag kunwari stranger, mas mahirap yung dynamics, saka yung topics na pwedeng pag-usapan, parang mas limited. So I would say, ang benefit ay merong chemistry. Tapos, I think I know your working style.
Kasi nag-work po kami as evidence in one of the previous episodes. Yung sinabihan niya akong mataray.
So yun, I guess same goals naman na parang we want to learn, develop skills, same din yung level of energy. So I think yun yung mga pros, yung mga cons.
Namin niya na pong mataray din siya. Kasi same energy daw kami.
Except for that. But anyway, yung mga cons naman, hindi to dahil friends tayo, but more like, I think in general, meron mga creative differences, which is, I think, okay lang. Kasi lahat naman ng tao may mga creative differences. Pero naa-align lagi. Yun yung good. Kasi otherwise, wala nang podcast.
Oo. True naman.
Diba? Yun, ikaw.
Ako naman, yun nga, I think, hindi ko alam kung na-share ko na to before kasi wala naman kami ginawa hindi mag-usap.
Hindi ko alam kung saang part kung na-record ba yung usap na yun or not.
So, for me, ako in general, hesitant ako to work with friends. Parang yung preference ko is to parang work together and then be friends. Para at least alam mo na yung parang nagka-work muna kayo, alam mo na yung style, and kung wala kayong difference, saka kayo maging friends, as opposed to friends muna kayo, then mag-work together. Kasi doon yung potentially magkaroon ng rift. If hindi kayo aligned, alam mo yun, yung mga things na just a personal preference. Not to say naman na so far sa aming first season, whatever differences we have nare-resolve.
Correct.
Pero you never know, di ba? Yung mga boy bands, girl bands, nagbe-break up nga. So baka biglang kamkamin pala ni Dayan lahat ng resources. Ang dami naming resources eh.
Wait lang, para lang alam nyo, si Alistair ang social media manager ko. So kapag may ang kakamkam, si Alistair yun.
Kakamkam ng utang from not making money. Pero yun, so yun lang yung hesitation ko normally with working kasi baka magkaroon ng rift.
Correct.
Of course, masyado pa kaming baby pod. Baby
Correct.
pod.
Baby pod.
To have that. Pero yun lang.
Is it your first time to work with a friend?
Is it my first time to work with a friend?
First time podcast, of course.
First time hindi naman, pero generally yun nga awkward for me. Like naalala ko naka-work ako before with a friend na as in very close work. Pero close friends din kami. Pero naging close muna kami as friends before closely working.
Okay.
Alam mo yung awkward na minsan you're walking on eggshells, parang sasabihin ko ba to direct, baka ma-offend. So I think medyo mas okay yung podcast in the sense na hindi mo kami bayad. Gets mo, pag nasa corporate world for example, pag maka-work mo bigla na friend mo before that, parang
mas maraming at stake.
Mas maraming at stake.
Yeah.
Whereas dito, ano lang naman, oras lang naman namin,
Tsaka
personal friendship lang naman.
Tsaka yung 10 listeners.
So yun lang naman yung at risk.
Correct. By the way, thank you so much for our listeners right now, for our regular Patreons.
We are smashing our personal records every day. Diba? Totoo naman. When I see smashing personal records when we hit 10 followers. And then it became 20 followers.
Correct.
Diba?
And by the way, can I say, upon shooting of this episode, we actually hit a milestone sa social media.
Which is, friends pa rin kami. Hindi ko pa siya binablock. Yun yung milestone. Diba?
Hindi, meron pa isa.
Ano?
That we hit 200 followers on social media. Hindi ba?
Totoo naman. Pero parang
hindi
iniisip
ka
ko.
happy.
Hindi, happy naman ako. Iniisip ko lang yung mga tao. Parang yung 200, girl, bayad ng bots lang yan. Di ba? Parang isang bayad lang yan sa bots.
Hindi, pero my point.
Ma-achieve mo yan ang kahit...
alam naming friends namin lahat yung 200 na yun.
Hindi. May mga dalawa ako nakita na hindi natin common friends.
Oh my God!
Pero kilala ko. So I think ayaw niya lang akong i-add. Pero gusto niyang i-add yung pod.
Anyway, okay. Ang dami naming sinabi. Intro pa lang.
Correct.
Diba? Parang naubos na yung buong 10 minutes. But anyway, going to our topic for today, Maritest of Friendship. I want to ask you, would you consider yourself good at making new friends?
Would I consider myself? Let me ask my friends. I think I am a lot to deal with.
Wow.
So I think, kidding aside, I think when I was maybe in my teens and 20s, which is like 2 years ago lang.
Questionable.
Parang I think I was very good at making friends. I consider myself very sociable. I consider myself very easy to adapt. Parang, kumbaga, dalhin mo ako sa pinaka-social na friend, kaya ko. Pag kilala mo actually yung friend, social, tas kaya ko rin yung mga very kanto at kalye.
Which is ako.
So, parang grabe yung versatility and range. Parang dalhin mo ako sa physically active na group, kaya ko yan. Dalhin mo ako sa parang tamad-tamaran, kapehan, laylayan, kaya ko yan. So, I would consider myself before very good at making new friends because I think I'm quite adaptable. I think what only changed siguro in the last 5 years is yung first step doon nahihirapan na ako now. Mas nahihiya na ako or di ko alam kung hiya or wala na akong energy to start. So I think for me, making a new friend is harder pero sustaining a friendship is still the same. Gets mo? Parang kumbaga, kung ipasok mo ako sa room with 100 people, parang mas pipiliin ko na lang na pumunta sa sulok at mag-text. Ganon. Parang nahihirapan na ako to break the ice now. Yeah. Yun, break the ice.
Love
That's the term I'm looking for. So, before, madali yung break the ice and yung adapting. Ngayon, madali pa rin yung adapting, yung breaking the ice. Mahirap for me.
Talaga?
What about you?
Sa akin different. Wow!
Okay naman. Hindi naman tayo kambal sa UMA. So, pwede namang magkaiba talaga yung sagot. Okay.
Hindi, pero for me, parang, would I consider myself good at making friends? For me, yes. Kasi nag-start ako with sales. And I think the skill that I learned there, and actually as a person then in general, hindi ko alam kung kailan
specific.
kung kailan ako really became an extrovert was because of, I don't know if because naturally extrovert ako or because nag-train ako sa sales, it's really easy for me to break the ice. I have no shame in...
I see it.
I have no shame in being in a room with 100 people and talking to every single one of them. And I think minsan pinagkakamalan nyo. Actually, nag-trip kami one time sa Greece ba or something, or somewhere, or Croatia. Na parang meron akong kinausap na kasi nga I'm not afraid to say hi and break the ice with anyone. So merong isang person kasi na mag-isa sa bus, sa trip naalala mo to? Sa tour. Tapos naawa ako kasi
wow.
Parang,
merciful siya.
Parang mag-isa siya. Sige, let's talk to him. Tapos parang kinausap ko siya, hi, blah blah blah, ganyan. Tapos sila Alistair tsaka yung isa naming friend of the pod, parang pinagkamalan ako ng flirt dun sa guy. Pero sa totoo lang, unang-una hindi ko siya type, pero naawa lang talaga ako. But anyway, yung point is, yeah, I think I can break the ice easily because I have no shame. Can confirm naman.
Ako, feeling ko insecure pa rin ako, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both here and both Philippines and here.
I think for me, mas madali sa Philippines as opposed
mag-break ng ice, yeah.
Mag-break ng ice. I think language again, which we discussed in a previous episode, is one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good at making new friends. I am somewhere in between. Are you still interested in making new friends?
Yeah. Yes. I think as an OFW, it's very important for me to make new friends kasi it's like your support group and core. I thrived in the Philippines because my family and friends are there. So parang moving abroad for me, you will have a good life also abroad if you sort of clone whatever you had in the Philippines here.
Sheep dolly yan, girl. Sheep yan na kinaklone. Anyway.
Correct. So parang happy ako sa Philippines kasi meron akong friends doon, meron akong core friends. So kailangan i-build ko rin yung core friends. Pag meron akong kunwari kasama lumabas pag weekends doon, parang I feel like meron rin akong ganung type of friends here. Tapos dun sa question mo na, do I actively seek or embrace it? Actually, yes.
Actually, hindi nila narinig yung question kasi follow up ko pa lang dapat. Pero, sige. So, do you actively seek it, Miss Dayan?
Sorry, akala ko kasi, ang dami na kasi nating practice. So, para akala ko.
So, do you actively seek it, Dayan?
Ika-cut ko na lang. Joke.
Hindi.
Yes. Oo. So, for example, there was a year, me and my husband really made it a goal, like a yearly goal to make new friends. And nakita ni Alistair yon na nasa goal list namin na make new friends. And ang sabi niya ay,
tinawagan ko yung isa-isa yung new friends. Sabi nila, no, we want to be removed from the subscription list. So, yun po yung feedback ko dun sa, ano sinabi ko? Hindi ko na maalala, to be honest.
Sabi mo, kulang pa ba sa friends yan?
Actually, yung question ko actually, just to follow up, no, parang say, well, you need to build a network. Parang as of now, 5 to 6 years in the Netherlands, I guess you have built that network already. Do you still seek it even after 5-6 years? New, kumbaga.
I will not reject it. Kasi kunwari, like last night, meron
may new friend na naman
may
siya.
party yung isa naming friend. Tapos, may mga new friends ako na meet. But anyway, so I will not reject it. But maybe I'm not seeking it as much na. Kasi, na parang dati talaga, very intentional to make new friends. Kasi making new friends is breaking the ice. And yung sabi mo nga kanina, sustaining the relationship. It takes time then. But yeah, naka-build naman na. So parang ngayon, I will not reject it na lang. If the opportunity presents itself, why not? How about you?
Are
you still interested in making new friends here? Do you think you have built like a good network already in the Netherlands? Yon.
Ako, I'm interested, pero I am not, kumbaga, actively seeking it. So, to be more specific, I'm indifferent. So, if I make a new friend, that's nice. If I don't make a new friend, parang I can be with just the people I'm already surrounded with, or just watch Netflix or travel. So, yeah, I'm not. And I guess hindi ko alam kung adulting siya or being more at peace with yourself alone. Pero hindi ko na siya masyadong hinahanap. Whereas before talaga, wala man sa itsura ko, social butterfly.
Wait, before you mean Philippines or before nung earlier days mo sa ano?
Philippines. Social butterfly. And even nung nag-move ako sa Singapore and nag-move ako sa Netherlands, both times, hindi ko siya actively sinik.
Talaga?
But of course, I embrace it and welcome it. Parang mas sinisik ko pa yung network I already had, which we will go through in the next question. So, so to answer the question, do I actively seek it? No. Will I reject it? No naman. Parang grabe naman
no.
talaga. Parang, it's a no.
Si Mr. Panda lang yung friend niya.
Pero, grabe naman yung die tomorrow. Pero parang I'm at peace.
Pag wala ng new friends. Which is also nice.
I'm at peace.
Yeah. So, speaking of making friends abroad, how did your network start in NL? Meron ka na bang network sa Netherlands or sa Singapore before moving there? Did you know people or talagang kilala?
Actually, medyo similar yung circumstances ko in both Singapore and the Netherlands. Yeah. Parang I already knew Filipinos who were parang good friends in the Philippines. I would say siguro may mga 2-3 akong close friends when I moved to both Singapore and the Netherlands. And then, ang dami kong, alam mo yung mga kakilala mo in the Philippines, but I wouldn't necessarily say we were close.
Acquaintances.
Parang we were friends on Facebook, parang we follow each other on Instagram. Pero I think, moving overseas, iba din yung parang dinala ka sa parang comfort zone mo into a country where parang completely strangers kayo to everyone else, diba?
Yeah.
So parang for me, my community started with parang 2-3 close friends I was fortunate enough to already have before moving to both countries. But the core of it was making friends with Filipinos na either I didn't know or were just parang friends online.
Yeah, parang tayo.
Ish. To an extent. So, parang yun yung network ko. And then, I guess it was easier to parang build a connection if you had something similar at the start.
Yeah.
Which is the fact na you had the first 20-30 years of your life overseas. And then it was just easier to nurture that network. And then parang going outside of parang Filipino friends, that was where I had to exert maybe more effort in terms of network. Ikaw ba? Parang how did your network sort of start outside of parang the Philippines when you moved to the Netherlands?
So same with you. I'm fortunate enough to have a few friends here already as my core. It was easy because that network of Filipinos really helped me integrate, gave me a lot of advice on housing, saan pwedeng bumili, mga ganyan. So, it started with Filipinos, and then I kind of really was I told you nga kanina na I was very intentional on growing that network. MLM pala, networking event.
Naku, kabahan talaga kayo sa babaeng to. Mga next episode, magbibenta na po siya ng parang pampapayat.
Hindi, pero kasi yun nga, para at least meron akong network of Filipino core friends, and then at the same time, I moved for my master's. So hence, it was easier for me to make friends from that master's class kasi there are a lot of people also there who were looking for friends, and mostly ito yung mga international students din kasi in our master 60% Dutch, 30% Europeans, and then 10% outside Europe. So that became also my other network, and then lumaki pa with church friends or friends I meet from hobbies or friends of friends. So yun, that's how I grew my network. Started and grew my network here in the Philippines. And MLM, nagbebenta.
Pero medyo swerte din tayo, no? Kasi I think let's say Netherlands or Singapore in my other case, parang there are always Filipinos.
Yeah,
diba?
to be fair, yes.
Paano kung mapunta ka sa like Kiribati or parang Djibouti or parang Honduras. I'm sure may Filipinos din dyan. Pero
not as much.
Not as many.
Yeah.
I guess, naalala ko lang, sorry, side story. Yung Filipinos, sobrang welcoming talaga. Kasi naalala ko, may time, so kakamove ko lang, parang inasa ko nung Filipinos na, I would say we're friends, pero we were never really close in the Philippines. Parang sabi niya, may spare room kami sa house. Actually, may isa pa kaming car kung gusto mong gamitin.
Kahit di ka naman nag-drive.
Correct. Meron pa parang gusto mo umalis kami sa master's bedroom, sa'yo na lang. Hindi, okay na yung master's bedroom. Hindi yun totoo. Pero the point being,
maraming Filipinos
na parang
willing to go above and beyond.
Correct.
Hospitality.
And to your point, di ba, parang may mga circumstances talaga na magfo-force sa'yo na parang magkaroon ng new friend.
Oo. So, thank you sa mga kumupkop kay Alistair.
And kumupkop kay Diane. Not necessarily in the housing sense, pero in the community sense.
Correct, yes. They're still friends of the pod, actually. So, thanks for watching.
Sabi nila, they're watching. Hindi ko naman ma-verify.
Hindi namin makita sino yung nanonood.
Pero we trust you. Wow.
Part siguro sila nung 60 viewers.
Hindi, 58 lang.
58
Okay, so maybe so yun yung pag-start mo ng network. Ngayon ba, how would you say yung demographic ng friends mo, Diane? Is it parang mostly still Filipinos and masters? And then ano yung differences with those demographics? Demographics! Talagang ano ba yan? Correct, NSO. O sige, please elaborate the statistics behind and the standard deviation. Wow.
So ito statistics based on my feelings. Correct. Kasi hindi ko naman binilang.
Correct. And wala rin silang verification check.
So I'm so sorry ko pa. Ito based on my feelings. Feeling ko lang naman 50% of my friends or network here in the Netherlands are still Filipinos. Because iba talaga yung same culture, kasi parang it groups already. Culture in general or nationality already groups things that you find in common.
Anthropologist po talaga siya.
Hindi, pero parang nafe-filter na niya agad. So for example, yung humor ng mga Filipino friends ko, same talaga yung mga alam naming songs, alam naming pop culture, yung mga ganon. Nag-group na agad because same nationality, it automatically groups.
Are you saying there's only one culture in the Philippines?
Hindi, parang it grouped already the same interest, same jokes, parang we already clicked. So majority pa rin. Hindi pala siya majority kasi 50. Sige, let's say 51% Filipinos. Majority pa din are Filipinos kasi nga, yun yung same humor, which is very important for me in a friendship. But because I'm married to a non-Filipino, his friends became my friends also. So, and naturally, hindi naman lahat ng friends Filipino. So, marami mix din yung friends niya kasi Amsterdam nga or Netherlands is a melting pot of culture. Wow! Very uso talaga yung mga expats. There are a lot of people who are not from the Netherlands also. So parang hindi katulad ng ibang countries na, I'm not saying naman all, pero most kasi sa ibang country or ibang cities, pagka lumipat ka doon, it's either majority people living in that place, so kunwari majority Americans, and then konting other nationality. Here, parang I really meet a lot of people from different countries. So, very uso yung tanong na, where are you from? Ganon. So yeah, hindi ko na masyadong ma-statistics and ma-classify ano yung mga percentage ng nationalities nila. But let's just say 51% Filipino, 49% other nationalities. Yon, how about you?
Ako, siguro, friend composition-wise, parang 72.86%. Hindi, joke lang. I think, for me, 80% siguro ng friends ko sa Netherlands ay Filipino. When I say friends like close friends. Parang people na I can have coffee one-on-one with.
Yeah.
And then siguro kung isama ko yung partners ng friends, siguro mga baka 60%.
Okay.
And again, diba, for me nga sabi ko kanina, mahirap na for me to break the ice. And I feel like with Filipinos, mas madali to break that ice. And for me naman, parang that was something na I'm okay with. So, hindi ko naman hinahanap din to change the demographic.
Oo. Tsaka parang yung demographic is just a result of sa mga
correct.
Hindi ka magme-make friends because yun yung demographic nila, but it's just a result of kung sino yung mga na-meet mo.
In fact, pag may in-introduce sa akin si Diane one time, tinanong ko siya, anong nationality? I know na. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi po. So, hindi na tama. It's an outcome. It's not
an outcome. It's not the reason why you make friends.
Correct. So,
ang tanong nila, anong nationality ni Mr. Panda?
Ang nationality ni Mr. Panda ay passportless siya as of the moment, actually.
Oh my God! Buti hindi siya na-deport.
Oo, kasi parang, alam mo yung pinanganak siya sa isang country na who's soli pero who's sanguinis pala yung. Actually, nakalimutan ko na guys. Pero di ba tinuturo yan? So, yung dilemma is, paano pag pinanganak ka sa isang bansa na based on blood, yung ruling. So, di ba sa Philippines, based on blood, hindi based on where you're born. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung who's solid or who's sanguinis.
Hindi ko
Basta
maalala yan. So, si Mr. Panda?
So, pinanganak siya sa Philippines. Pero sa Philippines kasi by birth yung rule. Pero pinanganak siya sa isang manufacturing company na galing sa Netherlands. Pero sa Netherlands by blood. So, hindi niya rin makuha yung citizenship. So,
daming permutation. But anyway, nationless si Mr. Panda.
As of now, in the process of naturalization. So, anyway, so Dayan, so may mga napapansin ka ba differences between the Filipinos and maybe non-Filipino friends that you have?
Oo naman.
Of course, based on anecdotes to ha. Hindi naman to.
Hindi lahat.
Hindi to based on the genetic chromosomes of the specific people involved.
Tsaka hindi po kami ano ba tawag na sa nag-aaral ng mga demographics?
Hindi ko
Sociologist ba? Or
hindi ba anthro?
Anthro ba?
Hindi ko sure.
Halatang wala kaming alam.
Punnett square. Di ba yun yung sa chromosomes? X, Y, gano'n.
Wala lang. Kwento lang to. So, hindi to masyadong based on facts. But anyway, yung napapansin kong differences is I think for me, number one, yung sinabi ko nga, humor. Iba talaga yung laughter pagka Filipino friends. Not because hindi funny yung non-Filipino friends, but because iba yung humor nila. Parang sometimes the humor of non-Filipino, in my experience, yung humor ng non-Filipino
alam experience niya.
Or ni Panda. Hindi, parang yung experience ko with non-Filipinos is sarcastic, yung humor, or sarcastic na funny ha. They're trying to be sarcastic and funny at the same time. Or basta iba. Pag Filipinos, at least sa circle ko, very baklaan, pop culture funny, tsaka yung games, pagka may mga Filipino, gatherings, pag may games, I love the parlor games. Meron palang non-Filipino na may games, pero iba yung tawa ko pagka...
Pictionary.
Ha?
Pictionary yung game, gano'n.
Pagka hindi Filipino? Ano ba? Hindi. Basta, anyway, yun. Humor, I think, number one.
Okay. Number two.
Number two is scheduling.
Okay, please elaborate.
So, scheduling kasi, in my experience, pagka Filipino, parang very spontaneous sometimes. Or baka dahil nung bata ako, or nung younger years ko, lahat kami single and walang responsibility. So, very, parang, free ka later, tapos parang, yes, ganon sila. Pero kapag, specifically, Dutch friends, rare, or I haven't even had a Dutch friend na parang, free ka later, na parang spontaneous. Kailangan planned. And sometimes, may Dutch friend ako na tinext niya ako one time. Sabi niya, I thought about you. Let's hang out. Ganyan. Sabi ko, sige, sure, kailan. 4 weeks from now, yung lead time, from the time na tinext niya ako to the time na nakahanap kami ng common schedule. So, yun yung experience ko. Friends, humor, and scheduling. Ikaw ba?
Before ko sagutin, parang, alam mo yung, naalala ko lang bigla, may Dutch friend ako, a colleague na I consider a friend naman. Sabi niya, gusto mong mag-drinks, parang 5 p.m. na, which is, cut off na yun, di ba? Sabi niya, gusto mong mag-drinks, muntik na ako himatayin. Muntik na ako mahulog sa upuan ko, na parang, same day? Drinks? Honestly, very rare siya, pero it happened to me once. Take note, once in 5 years. Muntik na akong matumba sa upuan ko.
Parang, is this bitch for real?
Parang, gano'n. Tapos parang, kinurot ko talaga yung sarili ko, nanaginip ba ako?
Kasi very rare nga.
Oo. Tapos yung 4 weeks in advance, totoo, minsan 8 pa eh.
Naman yun.
Ang gusto ko lang doon idagdag is, one thing na, for me, positive to. Alam ko sinasabi natin we're not trying to pass judgment, but I am passing judgment on this specific one, which is, ang gusto ko lang dun sa 4 weeks or 8 weeks notice ay, hindi mo kailangan i-reconfirm. Ayaw ko ma-experience kang ganon. Na parang,
tama,
sa
+1.
Pilipinas, kapag long term actually, kailangan mo i-reconfirm the day before and day itself.
Parang tuloy ba?
Tuloy ba? Actually, before this shoot, tinext ko pa si Dayan kahapon. Sabi ko, oy, in case tuloy tayo tomorrow. Alam mo yung may doubts ka parati na it can change any moment. Ang experience ko dito is pag sinabi mong 3 weeks, even if hindi kayo mag-usap for that 3 weeks, mangyayari yung 3 weeks and you have to show up without a follow-up. Naalala ko, mga first few months ko dito, may mga reconfirmation ako same day. Tapos parang sila, sabi,
bakit?
sabi natin to, di ba?
Pinag-usapan na. Parang galit pa sila. Joke lang. Kasalanan mo pa na nag-confirm ka.
So,
true, actually true. Good input.
Yung one more thing, medyo related dun sa comment naman ni Dayan on time. The third difference is yun, yung being on time. I think very different yung experience ko dito, which is pag malate ka ng 1 minute, mag-sorry ka. Yung parang penitensya, tapos parang pinagawa ka ng 10 Hail Marys. Kasi parang...
Maling-mali yung ginawa mo.
Parang, baka related to traffic. Although, experience ko sa Pilipinas, half traffic, half kinasanayan na. Which is, pag sinabi mo, meet kayo ng 12, darating ka 12. Pag dumating ka ng 12:15, mag-sorry ka.
Here or
hindi naman nila sasabihin mag-sorry ka, pero you will feel bad.
Kasi lahat sila nandun na. Whereas sa Philippines, pag dumating ka 12:15 on a 12 call time, parang yun yung tama. Pag dumating ka 12:05, tanga ka. Kasi, siyempre sabi sa'yo, dumating ka on time. Diba? Yeah,
and
I would say
again, related to time. Baka isang buong topic yung time. Pero, dito uso yung parang 12 to 2. Whereas pag nasa Pilipinas ka, oy, lunch tayo ng 12. Tapos parang pag 2:30 na, oy, gusto niyo bang milk tea?
Very spontaneous.
Gusto mo naman ako dito, may bibilin pa akong may bibilin pa ako sa parang gift shop or whatever.
Whereas dito, pagka sinabing 12 to 2, 1:55, nagja-jacket na yan, naglalagay, kinukuha na yung bike keys, parang ready na umalis.
Yung parang, this is too much.
We just said 2 hours.
Pero, friends pa rin na. Pero I think it's just a difference of parang style.
Tapos saka very defined.
Correct.
Yung which is not bad.
Other thing na napansin kong different with, let's say, a Filipino friend versus Dutch friends or non-Filipino friends is mas clear yung financial boundaries, if I may call it that. Which is uso sa Pilipinas, I guess, yung mga parang when you host, parang merong someone fully in charge of, let's say, cost, ganyan. Or nagkakahiyaan sa bayaran. Whereas dito, parang it's almost by default a given na everything is divided by equally. Or that collecting yung parang singil is parang di ka pa nakakalis ng mesa na send na yung pang singil.
In fact, may app na pang singil or parang to pay easily across all banks.
Whereas
here.
Sa Pilipinas minsan awkward yung singilan pag when it comes to friendship. Hindi ko alam kung yun yung experience mo. Although ngayon, nung umuwi ako sa Philippines, medyo mas baka adulting pala to, hindi abroading. Pero mas
defined na.
May ganun ka bang experience?
Yung hiyaan, hindi. I mean...
Kasi mukha siyang pera.
Hindi. Kasi, parang I have no shame naman on like, oy, I don't know, parang baka wala lang akong shame in discussing the topic. So, wala masyado. But gets ko yung sinasabi mo na here, sila talaga walang shame at all to say na, kunwari like last night, meron ako in-attendan na birthday party. Kung sa Philippines yan, sagot nung may birthday lahat. Like drinks, food, blah, blah, blah. Dito, uso yung, ang invite, pag after 6:30, assumed na yun na walang pa-dinner.
Correct.
As in, parang assumed na yun na drinks lang. Oo. Tapos, sasabihin nung my birthday, like, kunwari, my birthday kahapon, sabi niya, sagot ko first round. So, parang, lahat after the first round, ikaw na. So, I think mas ano lang sila, upfront in, saying na yon. And I think, sa ano din, yun napansin ko sa New York also when
travel yung friend ko.
Pero I mean, iba, hindi to abroading pero parang ibang culture. Sasabihin nila libre nila. Parang sa start pa lang, sasabihin nila,
naku, baka New York nga. Kailangan ko talagang kontakin. Hi, New York friends. Papunta ko dyan in a few weeks. So, nag-expect ako according to Diane's research.
Friends ko ha, hindi ko sure yung,
so,
diba?
If hindi ako libre ng friends ko sa New York, ibig sabihin, you are not as good a friend as
Diane. New York ka pa naman talaga.
Pero, just to conclude maybe, Diane, ako kasi, wala naman akong preference between, let's say, Filipino and non-Filipino friends. I guess it's more flexing your style. Ikaw ba, may preference ka?
Wala akong preference. And actually, yung demographics na sinabi natin kanina na 51%, 76-point-something% Filipino, it's a result. It's an output na kung sino yung, parang you really gravitate to the people na you have common ground with, you get along with. So parang the nationality is a result of kung kanino ka naging close rather than, dahil ganito yung nationality niya, I will be friends with that person. So yan.
Okay. Good to know.
Good to know. So, ikaw, ano ang last words in that topic?
Wala naman. Yun nga, parang different styles. And again, I think helpful din naman to have new friends in the sense that they help you grow.
Yeah.
Kumbaga for me, yun nga, as an example, yung singilan sa pera. Whereas si Diane, very comfortable. Actually, for me, that was very awkward before. Kaya medyo happy din ako na dito. Parang, divide na agad. Hindi na siya topic of conversation. So, and for me, even yung respecting time.
It's a growth.
Especially in a culture na, in an area na you can predict time. I think fair enough naman sa Philippines kung talagang
traffic
talaga or parang mas hindi clear yung boundaries mo. For example, the time you get off work or the time you get off commitments. Fair enough. Pero kung the circumstances allow you to be on time.
Yeah. Be on
there
time.
Shouldn't be a reason for you not to be on time.
Yeah.
Na for me, differences, it helps me expand my network at the same time grow as a person. Wow, which is what can we ask for ba?
Well, okay. So speaking of making new friends abroad, can you tell us an example of the latest friend that you've made here, or the first friend that you made here in the Netherlands? Can you explore how you met that person, how you became friends, and how do you keep the connection, if kinikip ba?
Alam mo, gusto ko yung question niya kasi paano kung sagot ko no? I cannot tell you. Diba? Parang gusto mo yung end of podcast. Can you tell me no? Doon yung podcast.
Tell us.
Okay. So, siguro ako, for me, I'll explore the last new friend I made. So,
which is kahapon.
The last new, hindi naman, kanina umaga.
New, fresh na fresh. Okay.
So, parang ako, meron akong recent new friend. I hope naman the feeling is mutual. Di ko kinonfirm officially. So, walang badge to na verified from Meta or from TikTok or X. Pero, ka-work ko, di naman siya Filipino. From Western Europe. Huwag na natin sabihin kasi in case
malalaman na kung sino siya.
As if naman pina-follow ng sino yung mga...
As if nag-gets naman yung podcast.
So anyway, parang meet ko siya mga 2-3 months ago. In my work, I'm fortunate enough to travel with people. Sometimes 2 to 3 weeks in a go. So kumbaga, hindi mo lang siya nakikita sa opisina, magkakape kayo. As in, kasama mo to day in, day out.
Parang ayaw
gabi,
mo.
and then weekends. And then, yung very interesting was, so nakikita na kami, tapos parang may time, nag-alok siya na parang, gusto nyong mag-drinks sa bahay niya. Na again, similar to the other conversation, Dutch yun. Ito, somewhere in Western Europe. Muntik niya malaglag sa upuan ko. Which is, Is this for real?
Oh, is this bitch for real? Kasi rare yung ma-invite sa house.
Oo, yung parang...
Close na kayo kapag ma-invite ka sa
Di
house.
lang close. Baka ma-invite ka na rin sa wedding. Ganon. Oo. So anyway,
although hindi lahat ha. Baka naman yung iba.
After kong sabihing no, I cannot. Hindi, joke lang. Alam mo, medyo hindi naman super confirmed. So anyway, actually, hindi natuloy. Pero nakikita pa rin kami.
Isip niya.
Nagbago isip niya. Parang, true ba? Pero parang nakakatawa lang na sabi ko nga, I cannot break the ice. Pero I can naman, more of, di lang ako super active in it. Pero if someone else breaks the ice, super okay. I guess for me, yung question of parang the sign na talagang baka friends na kami is nag-send na kami minsan ng reels sa Instagram. Which is, aminin nyo, ganyan din yung isang sign na friend nyo. Yung parang pag nag-send na kayo ng memes sa Instagram.
Kasi to begin with, contact na kayo sa social media, which I think very rare. Hindi naman very rare. Pagka-work ha, sabi mo work friend mo eh. Parang kapag work friend ko, parang walking on eggshells. Kung, pwede ba to i-add sa Instagram or TikTok or what? Ako ha, yung experience ko.
Yung amo kasi ng amo ko dati, finalo ko sa Instagram. Diyos ko talaga, parang, block ko ba to?
Parang, I don't know if it's a factor of kasi hindi ma-social media yung mga West.
May part, I guess.
Kaya parang, gusto nila private or what. But to your point, pag naging friends na kayo sa social media, tapos nag-sendan ng reels,
you've
close.
Made it.
Correct.
Hey, look, ma, I made it. Ikaw ba? Tell us about the first friend or the last friend you made.
Yeah, so for me, kasi kung ikaw yung last new friend, yung sinabi mo, ako, my experience, I'll tell my first few friends na na-meet here. Not just one, kasi as I've mentioned, I moved via masters, and it's a very good ground to meet a lot of people who are also trying to make friends. So I think I gravitated naturally to the people who I am, who has same interest with. So we were mix of nationalities from different countries. And then what's nice was merong isa doon na sobrang sipag mag-invite sa bahay nila. Kasi by the way, kasi demographics hindi lang country. This person also is parang 40 plus years old na, and yung mga ka-masters ko nun was 20 years old. I think stay-at-home mom siya na naghahanap talaga ng friends, and malaki yung bahay niya. So, lagi siya nag-i-invite sa house nila. And yeah, so marami yung group namin palagi, and it was easy to become friends with them kasi nga lahat kami, yun yung intention. So, very open lagi na kapag may parang yung topics, parang kapag friends kasi hindi, ang hirap pagka ikaw lang yung nagtatanong dun sa person pag magbe-break ng ice. Parang yun, very, may tatanungin ako, tatanong sila. So, we are both interested in knowing each other and becoming friends. So, that environment really helped. And sadly, since mga taga-Europe sila, they can afford to live anywhere in Europe.
Parang crab ka. Bakit sadly?
Hindi kasi parang sadly, kasi umalis na sila.
Okay. Kala ko sadly like, okay.
Hindi. Sadly kasi wala na sila here sa Netherlands kasi kaya nilang mag-live anywhere. So, yung iba decided to study in Spain, live in another country in Europe. So, hindi kami masyadong nagmi-meet na except for dun sa may-ari ng bahay na taga Netherlands.
Kasi user ka?
Hindi, kasi andito lang siya. So, that's nice. But yeah, so sa mga umalis na, we keep connection via Instagram.
Say hi nga to them.
Hi to my master's friends, wherever you are. I know yung isa doon, nag-ano na din, content creation siya. So, okay. I support him and his page. Wow. Okay. Yun. So, with that, I think...
Okay. So, maybe we talked about so many things already. Yes. Let's take a break.
Yes. See you! And we're back!
Okay na yan. So, before the break, di ba, parang pinag-uusapan natin yung parang first and last friend mo you made being abroad. Siguro ngayon, let's talk about something more like an unexpected friend or yung parang either may struggle ka or may hesitation or you didn't think would be a friend in the long run. Parang, can you talk us through an unexpected experience? Why was it unexpected? And parang expound.
Yun na lang nasabi.
Oo. Kasi, girl, role mo na to. O, ikaw.
Okay, yeah. So, unexpected friend. I would say, I have this friend na na-meet ko actually in Japan. So, nag-solo travel ako sa first half of my Japan trip. Before meeting my friends sa latter half. So, nung, ano nga name, yung parang bamboo forest. Bamboo forest. Where Mr. Panda is from. Erase natin siya ulit.
Okay. So anyway, hindi ko alam. Pero alam ko sa Kyoto ata yun.
Oo. Basta yung bamboo forest sa Japan. Parang, I saw this, so I'm always more, if I travel alone, I really want to make friends, so I kind of keep myself approachable. And then there's this girl who asked me to take her photo. And I think mag-isa rin lang siya that time, or meron siyang friend pero part ways sila during that time. So I took her photo, and then I cannot remember exactly how we broke the ice or what we talked about, but for some reason, because we kind of made a connection, we traveled that area together, and then we exchanged social media accounts. So I think I was following her either on Instagram or Facebook that time kasi 2018, 2019 pa to. Tapos, fast forward 2020. So, parang ako, okay, met someone. I will not see this person again, but I will hang out or I will see her life via social media na lang. And for some reason, nung nag-move ako sa Netherlands, nag-post ako, blah, living in Amsterdam, ganyan-ganyan. She replied and sabi niya, oh wow, you moved here pala. And apparently, taga Netherlands din pala siya, taga Amsterdam siya specifically. And then we reconnected. So it was very unexpected kasi who would have thought someone na I'll meet sa travel in Asia would be in Europe, living in Europe pala, and we would be really close friends kasi I think she invited me in her place kahit na sinasabi natin hindi masyado silang ma-invite sa place. She was really very open. She invited me, and then she parang fed me dinner pa. Tapos after that, ako naman yung nag-i-invite kasi at that time, nung kaka-move ko here, I really like volunteering or parang really meeting people via experiences that I enjoy. So, I like volunteering that time. So, ini-invite ko siya sa mga volunteering initiatives na sinasalihan ko. Like, park clean up, cooking pancakes for elderly. Wow, may mga ganon here. So yun. So, we kept on inviting each other. And then, hanggang ngayon, from 2018 hanggang ngayon, 2026, friends pa din kami. So, 8 years na. So, that's like the unexpected friend that I made. How about you?
Ako naman, so I guess na-share ko na before, parang twice na ako nag-move to Singapore and then once to the Netherlands. Yung first time kong nag-move to Singapore, so yung company ko, fortunate enough ako na parang shinolder nila yung accommodations. Pero one of the conditions was parang you will be in a serviced apartment pero you share that apartment with someone. So of course, separate rooms pero one shared apartment. So yung naging flatmate ko was from Australia, Sydney. Tapos ako from Fairview, Quezon City. Diba? So parang isipin mo pa lang, doon pa lang, number one, parang ano yung makikwento at pag-uusapan ng someone from Fairview for someone from Sydney, di ba? Parang from McDonald's to Macas, di ba? From parang Barbie to parang Bardagulan. So ganun yung parang dynamic na in-expect ko.
To be clear, siya po yung taga Fairview. Baka isipin niya taga Sydney siya.
I'm sure inisip niyo ako yung taga Sydney. But guys, to be fair, I'm really from Fairview. Shout out sa mga taga Fairview. Pero anyway, so naalala ko lang. So parang yun, yun, one, ano yung commonalities namin?
Yeah.
And then two, naalala ko pa, medyo awkward yung first time namin mag-meet kasi sabi ko, nung inaaral ko yung layout ng apartment, sabi ko, nalaman ko may master's bedroom tas may smaller room. Sabi ko, sino ma-assign sa master's bedroom? Mas malaki yung room, may sariling TV, may sariling yung CR, di mo kailangan lumabas, ganyan. So, may-message ko yung parang mobility team. Sabi ko, uy, ano yung arrangement? Who gets the master's? Who gets the smaller room?
Yeah.
Tapos, na-realize ko, di ko na-realize. Sinabi nung mobility team na parang, kung sino yung mauna, parang wala namang official rule.
First come, first serve pala.
Parang lilipad siya, parang let's say Saturday, tapos parang ako, Monday. So, mauuna siya, di ba? So, nirebook ko yung flight ko to make sure na I arrive Saturday morning, tapos siya Saturday afternoon, para makuha ko yung master's bedroom.
Grabe
so, yung
po.
second interaction namin was, kakatulog ko lang from the master's bedroom, nagising ako. Tapos parang nag-shake hands kami. Parang, hi, I am Alistair. Sabi niya, hi, I am your worst enemy. Ganon. So parang, yung second was, medyo awkward na yung first time na mag-interact.
Awkward sa'yo kasi alam mo yung ginawa mo.
And awkward din sa kanya na parang, okay, mas maliit yung room ko. Pero by the way, hindi pa rin niya alam officially to today na ginawa ko yung rebooking. Alam niya, of course, na iba yung kama ko. Kasi, nandun naman siya. Pero hindi niya alam yung
ginawa mo
to get there.
Nako.
So, yan. Ibang background, ibang... and then third, I think siya, yung most of his friends were Australian, most of my friends were Filipino in Singapore. So, parang even navigating that, parang you would think you're so different. And in the end, parang in the 6 months, I think we became closer. Parang may mga small differences. For example, may hindi naghuhugas, may hindi...
Which is si Alistair.
Hindi nagtatanggal ng...
basura.
Alam mo yung na-dryer na damit.
Okay.
Yung ganon. Pero in the end, may mga small things na parang, okay, tinuruan niya ako mag-plancha. As an example. Di ba? To think. Ako yung taga-third world.
Correct.
Siya yung taga-first world. Pero ako parang, how to plancha? Wow! Di ba? So, yun. So, parang, ang learning ko talaga doon was parang, okay, you can focus on all the things that make you different.
Yeah.
Pero that's also one of the things that make friendship parang bloom and blossom. Diba? Parang you can, parang I think yung differences, it only matters in the fundamental things like human rights. Parang hindi pwedeng magkaiba kayo ng view on human rights. Pero what makes things interesting, you will be surprised na what makes you different is something you can bond on, and the things na you have in common will parang sort of deepen the friendship. Naalala ko nung time na yun, 20s pa ako, so 1 year ago.
10 years ago.
Parang may pa akong party, and parang, diba, parang iba naman pinapakinggan sa Fairview, sa pinapakinggan sa Sydney, I guess. Hindi ko alam. Baka sila doon, Kylie Minogue. Tapos sa Philippines, Regine. Ganyan, sa aking pag-iisa. Hindi, joke lang. Nakikinig din po ako ng foreign music. Pero hindi namin party. Ganyan.
Together,
so, parang, hindi mo i-expect yun. Tapos may, ewan ko, meron, siguro, I really have to deal with some of my childhood issues. Pero meron akong judgment minsan na, baka ito yung iniisip nila.
Okay.
Pero in the end, it's all in my head. Diba? Okay, sige. So yun for me, yung unexpected friendship ko.
Yeah, may sinabi ka kanina na gusto ko mag-react na parang your differences sa friendship, sometimes the differences could also help you grow.
Correct.
Diba? Kasi parang hindi ka marunong magplan, marunong siya magplansa, naturuan ka niya. So parang don't be hesitant to make friends dahil lang magkaiba kayo. Kasi it could be a growth opportunity pala.
Actually, may isa pa. Naalala ko lang. Hindi, naalala ko lang, even yung, kasi diba, hindi naman ako marunong magluto before. So parang even siya, parang, ang point of view niya, yung mga few times na nagluto ako, which is very few.
Which is one.
Parang puro canned goods. Parang sabi niya, hindi ba unhealthy yan? Girl, yun lang yung madaling lutuin, di ba? Yung parang sasampal mo lang dun sa
pan.
Tapos parang siya, okay. Nalala ka ba ang tawag niya sa gyoza? Goiza. Parang goiza. Anyway, sorry. Sige.
Okay. So before we end sa napakagandang ganda talaga ng gandang-ganda sa friendship. But yeah, so we always end our episode with some tips or nuggets of wisdom. So what can you tell our viewers or listeners about making friends abroad, navigating this somewhat difficult and interesting part of being an OFW?
Ako yung first ko revolves around technology. Wow! A big word, di ba? Parang technology, artificial intelligence, they will take over the world, take over your jobs. Di ba ganyan yung mga linyahan ngayon na parang...
Sabi ng listeners, ano yung connect sa friendship?
Wait for it. So, ang connect naman is parang... I think on one hand, technology has parang could reduce our propensity to interact. Kasi parang heart, focusing on parang the latest trends, ganyan. Pero on the other hand, it's also a big enabler.
Yeah.
Diba? Whereas before, kailangan bago mo makausap yung kaibigan mo ay may kalapating lilipad, may dalang mensahe. Ngayon, para even if di mo kakilala, meron ka ng apps as one example. So, Bumble, BFF,
yeah.
Mga dating apps, gawin mo for friends, diba? May mga kilala akong gumagawa nun. Minsan, it's fruitful, minsan may nasasaktan. Wow!
Akala nila dating friends lang pala yung hanap.
Or kuwari, yung mga friends through, even yung kahit hobby, pero ginawa mong social networking like Strava. So, feeling ko, nandun na tayo sa age na parang technology is there to also facilitate. So, yes, in some ways, it parang makes it hard, but it also facilitates. And even yung worst case nga, girl, kung talagang kailangan mo talaga ng step by step, parang tanong mo kay ChatGPT, parang, how do I make a friend in Rotterdam at 10 a.m. on a Saturday? I don't know anyone. Sasagot siya. Tapos sabihin niya lang, go to ganyan. Tapos parang, okay, but that's not specific enough. Sabi mo, what is the first line I will say? Pwede mo itanong kay ChatGPT, ganun naka-specific today. Yung parang, there's technology. I guess that's the first answer. Maybe to you, Miss Diane, ano yung mapapayo natin? Not na kailangan nila makinig sa ating advice.
So ako, advice number 2, but I will break it down to 3-part series.
Tala.
Hindi, pero for me, so ito 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. First is yung parang breaking the ice, sabi nga natin kanina, na parang lahat naman ng friendship nagsistart dun sa first interaction, breaking the ice. Number 2.2 is yung increasing the quantity of your interactions. And the third is improving the quality of your interaction. So, ako, based on my experience, siguro I'm also not lucky na parang I am very comfortable breaking the ice, approaching anyone, or trying to find common ground. But I usually have this parang list of questions in my head na, okay, if I will interact with someone for the first time, ano yung mga pwede mong itanong? Usually, parang kapag work-related, pagka small talk sa work, more like, what do you do? Anong department ka? How long are you in the company? Mga ganyan. Pero kapag ka social event naman, I usually ask like, oh, where are you from? Do you live nearby? What do you do on weekends?
What's your credit card number and PIN? Ganon.
Ganon.
Pa-close na, diba?
Para you ask those questions para you find a common ground agad. And pag nahanap mo na yung common ground, dun na mag-revolve yung conversation nyo. So that's like the first part that I do. And then if I really like as person to be friends with them, be the one who also initiates the circumstances para mag-meet. So kunwari, increase the quantity. Meron ako na basa dati na minsan may mga number of hours to kunwari pagka-close kayo na friends, most likely than not, parang more than 200 hours na kayong nag-interact. Hindi naman kailangan like one time, pero usually parang...
Grabe naman yung one time na 200 hours.
Siyempre hindi, pero parang...
Retreat ba yun?
Through the years, nag-accumulate na yung number of interactions. Kasi parang the more you interact, the more you get to know the person, So,
the more ka rin mairita.
Pwede din. Pwede mo nang i-cut from there. But, yon. So, quantity is also important. And lastly, dun sa 3-part advice is yung quality. So, hindi pwedeng, okay, marami nga kayong times mag-meet, pero parang every time puro weather lang yung pinag-uusapan or something very superficial. So, be genuinely interested also to the friend na, or to the other person na be interested knowing ano ba yung likes nila or sometimes struggles kasi friendship, parang yung mga close friends ko, I always say struggles. Wow! So, ganun, be vulnerable also. Syempre, wag mo i-share lahat to begin sa start, pero yon, be genuinely interested to get to know them. And I think yun yung, for me, yun yung fina-follow kong steps talaga. Very pero yun yung usual guide na parang, okay, this person, I really wanna be more friends with them. Invite ko sila sa apartment or invite ko kumain sa labas or ganyan. Yun for me. Ikaw, meron ka pa bang
guys,
tips?
kung hindi pa kayo close ni Diane now or hindi pa kayo even friends, hindi kayo magkakilala, i-assess nyo pag naka-interact nyo kung anong step na kayo. Ay, nasa step 2 na siya, gano'n. Talagang, gano'n ka-calculated
Hindi ako.
friends.
Hindi. Siyempre yung moving abroad, kailangan intentional, di ba?
Oo nga, pero like, talagang
Pero
gano'n. Parang, okay, this person nasa step 2, gano'n.
Hindi, parang kunwari, hindi naman gano'n, grabe naman, pero parang,
just checking.
Parang kunwari kagabi, okay, I was out with, nasabi ko ata kanina na meron akong birthday of a friend na inattendan and marami akong hindi kilala. So,
nasa step 1 pa lang sila.
Nasa step 1 sila. O parang breaking the ice.
May mga abot ba sa step 2? You think?
Meron naman. Oo, I think meron naman. In fact, magkikita kami ulit mamaya.
Okay, so, grabe po yung funnel niya of friends. Okay.
Hindi siya funnel naman. Pero more like, kung gusto mong deepen the friendship, you have to make more interactions. You have to make each interaction yes, both quantity and quality. Ikaw?
Ako, following the Diane friendship
series.
growth model. Parang feeling ko, there's something about the second step on parang that quantity bit. I think kasi, hindi ko alam kung na-experience yun na to ever. Napanood ko to sa TED Talk before. I don't know if it rings true to you, pero it rings true to me.
Labasan na po ng resources.
Parang nalala ko lang, parang sabi niya, "Uy, did you know?" Wala yung uy ha, pero ito yung gist. So, paraphrasing na to. Did you know, parang 1 in 5 Americans daw experience loneliness. Pero it's the kind of sickness na no one talks about.
Yeah.
So, it means imaginein mo, kung 1 in 5, literally, kung maghatak ako ng 3 tao sa labas, or kami, 1 in 5, diba? Parang 3 lang to. Pero the point is, so many people experience loneliness but no one ever talks about it.
Yeah.
So, feeling ko, one thing to also do is reach out.
Yes.
Parang be the first to take that step because the chances are the person on the other side is also waiting for an invite.
Correct.
Diba?
Oo.
I think yung strange nga is, I think when I look back at life, sage yan. Bakit 89 years old yarn. Pero parang when I look back at life, parang I-realize ko, the times that I asked a friend to go out, to hang out, or even when I get asked to hang out, parang 9 out of 10 times I would say yes.
Binilang mo talaga?
Yung exact is 8.7, pero ni-round up ko. Tinuruan kami ng presentation skills na don't parang use decimals if not necessary. So, 8 out of 10 times, I say yes. And the 1.2 is normally, I reschedule. Diba parang in the end, bihira yung tao magsasabi sa'yo na no. And in the end, okay
unless di
lang.
ka nila talaga gusto.
And kung no naman talaga, either from your side or from their side, it's also
fine to not be friends.
Fine to not be friends, diba?
Yeah.
So, I think yun lang yung one thing na I would add to it. Because parang, diba, kung nasa isip mo lang pala yung constraint, they might as well let that constraint go. Kasi, yun. Ano pa ba? May naisip ka pa ba? Ako kasi meron pa ako mga 1 or 2 more.
Sige, ilabas mo yung 1 or 2 more.
Sige, yung 1 or 2 more na naisip ko is, I think for me, helpful din yung pag inalok ka ng friend mo, sumama to a party or to a group gathering na ang una mong sagot ay, baka ikaw lang yung kilala ko, it would be awkward for me.
Baka ma-OP yun usually.
Pag inunahan mo yun ng thought of saying no, wala kang mapapala. Diba? Parang, don't think about ano yung limitations mo in that potential interaction, pero think about the possibilities.
Correct. I love
Instead
that.
of saying na baka ma-OP ako, you can also say baka magkaroon ako ng new friend.
New friend, correct.
Diba?
I like that.
In fact, may mga kilala nga ako na parang, wait lang ako yung nag-introduce sa kanila, mas close pa sila ngayon.
Correct.
So may ganun ka ba? Parang, kasi, di ba, parang, fortunately or unfortunately, the unfortunate part is it takes effort to have new friends. Pero the fortunate part of it is it takes effort, which is that's something we all have.
Yes,
Diba? Parang not everyone has parang at least you know that there are steps you can take. You can control it.
Yes, it's
Diba?
controllable. Correct. I love that. I love the part na sinabi mo about the mind, parang mindset na kapag yung parang pag inunahan mo yung sarili mo na, hindi ako pupunta, baka ma-OP ako, or, hindi ko siya i-invite kasi baka mag-no siya and blah, blah, blah. Parang, maybe sometimes, it's all in our heads na, if inunahan mo na yun, ganun na talaga. Hindi ka na magkakaroon ng,
Correct.
hindi ka na magkakaroon ng growth to make new friends. Kasi making new friends is a skill. Making a network is a skill na something that you can develop. It's not some people maybe are born with natural gift of, which is hindi ako, by the way, pero through the years dahil I constantly push myself.
Pusher pala siya.
Parang I train my mindset na ito yung mga pwede kong gawin to make new friends. I try to push myself, and then yun, parang it results in good number of friends na I have.
Okay, and I guess, ano pa ba? May mga masasabi pa ba? Gusto niyo pa bang may sabihin kami? Kasi kaya pa namin. Wow!
Sige, go ikaw. Ano pa iba mong advice?
Ano yung mga masasabi ko? Siguro, there are things din na, and we touched on this na parang in the 0.1 out of 10 times na the person says no. I think the one thing you should talaga, parang ako ba? Authority ba ako? Patron saint of friendship. Which is parang don't also change yourself.
Correct.
Parang do what you love, and in the end you will attract the right kind of people. The last thing you want to do is hindi ka pala marunong mag-ski at ayaw mo naman mag-ski, tapos bigla ka nagka-injure at munti ka na mamatay.
Tsaka yes.
Diba? Na parang kung mahilig ka mag-run ka, or kung interested ka, mag-run ka, pero wag mo ring pilitin to be someone you're not.
Just to be friends with them.
Just to be friends.
Kasi you will not to maybe another advice that in relation to this would be like to find friends you can explore the things that you like to do. So sabi mga running or rowing, dancing, going to parks, barbecuing,
becoming a mime, unicycling, construction.
So yan, maraming pwedeng debate or lahat kung ano mang hobbies yung gusto mo, go pursue those hobbies. And doon sa environment na yon, most likely than not, people who are there also would want to do those things, and you will naturally gravitate to people na who likes those, and magka-jive kayo or magka-match kayo. And dun ka humanap ng friends. Don't be like yung parang sa Mean Girls na you change yourself to be friends with the
plastics.
Nakalimutan ko.
Diba yun? Tama ba?
Correct. Oo, sa mga ganon. Kasi, if you change yourself and then naging friends kayo because you change yourself, then you might not enjoy the friendship kasi it's the fake version of you na friend nila. Pero payo lang naman namin. Kung gusto mo talaga, I mean, to be honest, hindi rin naman gusto yung sarili namin. So sometimes, ayaw din namin maging ourselves. Pero anyway. Okay, ano yung final takeaway natin for the listener? Sorry, unless may tips ka pa ha. Kasi yun na.
You're a queen of tips.
Ako more, I understand na sometimes it could be scary to put yourself out there and make new friends, especially kapag ka OFW ka or you're living abroad, kasi it's a big leap of faith na nga, or effort to uproot your life and plant it in another country. Big effort then to put yourself out there and make new friends. So be patient and don't judge yourself na baka di nila ako gusto, or ganyan wala akong, parang remove all those judgments na and be the friend you want to be. Kasi people gravitate naman to people who are really nice. And if you're that person na the friend that you want to be, you will be attracting those same kinds of people. So yun, ako I genuinely enjoy it. Minsan nakakapagod kasi double booker ako na parang in one day.
Anong minsan?
Lagi. Parang ang dami kong sineschedule na meet-ups with friends. So, medyo nakakapagod din sometimes. But,
nakakapagod
yeah.
nga siya.
But yun, happy to have some friends.
Alam mo, habang nagsasalita si Den, napaisip talaga ako.
Oh, kung friends ba tayo?
Hindi. Parang when I was reflecting on the two of us, parang I realized na parang you can make friends. Kasi one, if I look at Diane, diba? Parang Diane is parang an expert in making friends.
I'm not,
diba?
but
Parang she's a skilled friendster. Which is to say na the only difference between you and Diane is that Diane believed in herself and is taking the actions to make it happen. But if you think about it, diba? Parang she makes an effort, whereas ang daming people who don't necessarily make friends just don't make the effort or have more hesitation.
Yeah.
So I think yun yung when I look at Diane. But when I see Diane through my eyes, the other thing I realize is parang ako, I'm the sarcastic person. Sabi niya nga, mataray. I'm parang, and even I have friends. Diba? Which is to
surprising.
Say, you will find your tribe. You will find your community.
Yes, agree.
I think yun yung last takeaways ko. So, Diane, nagtatapos na naman ng isang episode natin, which is we call the Married Test of Friendship. And I think we passed. Barely. But anyway, ano yung call to action natin for our listeners?
So thank you, Ka-Brothers. We consider you as friends, actually. Kasi you are...
Pero step 1 pa lang daw kayo.
Hindi. Actually, maraming step 3 na. Wow. So, thank you so much, mga Ka-Brothers, for listening. If you wanna watch our future episodes, you can tune in sa YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and soon mag-i-increase na kami ng podcast streaming services. Wow. And you can follow us on social media sa Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Yun pa lang.
Okay, and yun na. Salamat,
Thank
mga
you, Ka-Brothers. Bye!